Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Rewrite. Let's continue the story of Akane and let's see how the plan of Akane is going to unfold, I guess, and what about the song. So let's load the game and let's see. A year passed. I feel like I've never, we're never in the same place lately. Akane replies while drying her hair. The reporters have yet to sniff out the existence of the club room. It's the sole oasis for our hearts. We spend our most important time together here. No, I don't mean in physical sense, but it's like our hearts aren't on the same wavelength. Okay, I hope that's the case. How long are you planning on to let this going on? Okay. Seem pretty relaxed about this. Kana wraps her arms around my neck from behind. Ah. An anxiety I can't quite describe in words well up within me. But for some reason, I feel like I can't let Akane know. I don't like this about myself. A tendency to come up with vile conjectures, even about people I love. It's a man's intuition. Well, I mean, Sasaki left, didn't he? Sasaki had been lost his battle for power. He suddenly announced he's changing the headquarters for the Japanese martial group and left. Okay. So he might as well be planning something behind the scenes. He built a new headquarters outside town, but it lacks facilities to accommodate the disciples. There's no way he would ever follow a one-sided decision like that. However, at the same time, it proved that no discussion would be able to stop the two sides from splitting at this point. As such, the temple has turned into the disciples' personal headquarters. You sure it's wise to leave him like that? I'm sure he's planning something. Yeah, pretty sure. Oh yeah, there was like some kind of like info that you never told us a year ago. Is it about that? Or something else? Oh, okay, never mind. So it's about this. Yeah, sure. Read the reporters and he reported on his own organization. Yeah, makes sense. So we still have like two pieces of information that were like never known to us, I guess, so far. Like our connection to Akane when we were kids, because we have memories of Akane. Akane also said before like he doesn't remember anything, so it's fine. So I wonder what this is all about. And also, yeah, the information from the year ago that they hide from him. What about the Sasaki gain from it? What does that even mean? Yeah, pretty much. Say that's the problem, like, I agree with Sasaki, but I don't like him. This guy is just an asshole. Like, he's a maybe not a villain, but really antagonist for us. I like that he wants to like just go back to normality here. I see. Organization would suffer damage from the recent events. He distanced himself from Akane, relocating outside the city and start rebuilding the group from there. The organization would lose trust from the masses and probably shrink to an extent, but it would eventually be reborn as an institution that Sasaki could control all by himself.
彼は 対面をとても気にするの。宗教家や不審な組織とは見られたくないのでしょ。そういう意味では彼も世界に対する不服を抱えた立派な外野主義者ね。
Listening to this is making me feel sorry for him.
十分立派に最初から情けないわよ。問題意識も中途半端だから魔物も扱えない。コンプレックスが一周してそれらを嫌悪し、自衛官として成功者だった分挫折を許容できないのよ。
But is it even possible to rebuild the Marvel Group after its reputation has been ruined to this extent?
須崎は魔物を科学的アプローチで解析しようとしていて、それを独占的技術として利用するつもりだったのよ。
Speaking of, what kind of unique technology? Make it so that every household could afford to own familiar of their own. Oh, wow, okay. That's actually pretty cool. Huh. So, like, in terms of like real life, basically, like familiars could be said that they're like robots or androids. So basically, if you would like make rewrite not fantasy and just like sci-fi, then he's trying to make it so that every house can like afford an android or something to help in their lives and stuff, you know. And we can like save a planet like that. Like make them, you know, I don't know, segregate trash or something. Anyway, you get the idea. Akana chuckles. So what's your opinion as the leader of the so aptly described boss?
そうね。放置でいいんじゃないかし。
You don't sound like you racked your brains over that decision for long.
私は別にマーテルがお取り潰しになっても構わない。
Okay. Oh?
だっていつでも逃げられるんでしょ?
Yeah, that's what we said a year ago. Well, I'm not against the idea. I'm reminded of Miss Nishikuji's words. That Akane is supposed to destroy the world. Okay, so she did mean Akane. I mean, yeah, she's trying to recreate Key Song, okay, so pretty much figured it out. The more I try to put it out of my head, the more it slips into my consciousness. That fun is just an illusion. Okay. It does have an end, doesn't it? Okay. I pop outside to take care of some quick business, and on the way back, a man calling himself a freelance journalist approaches me. Nah. I sincerely apologize, but I'm not allowed to comment on anything. Ooh. Okay, our name is known now. Now we're public figure too. Huh? The man asked almost nothing about the Marvel Group. He started a friendly conversation, sounding like he was worried about me personally. He talked about the fact I quit school, about the present and future of the Marvel Group, and about the best way to avoid the press. Was he maybe someone from school? Huh. In the end, he handed me the business card and left. He said I could contact him anytime I found myself in trouble. This sounds like something from the spy novel. Okay. What's that supposed to mean? Her remark pisses me off so much that I embrace her with all of my strength. I'm not planning to do anything beyond that. I just want to hold her. We fall onto the couch together. There's no way I could ever quit. I decided on this path for life. Yeah, you are pretty much cultist. I'm not a child. I got my hands on the most important thing, so I'm not going to obsess over the rest. I'll do anything you wish. You just gotta tell me.
小太郎を利用してる気がする。愛される資格なんてないんじゃないかって。
There was a person I was curious about. And then before I knew it, the curiosity turned me to love. And when I tried to become of use to the object of my affection, I ended up here. There's nothing to this beyond that. You don't understand how man's mind works, Akane. There's nothing that makes me happier than you relying on me. I can do my best as long as I know that.
ありがとう、小太郎。愛、これからも警備しっかりね。
Wow! Wow! Really? You still couldn't say it, huh? Wow, okay. You changed the mid-sentence. Yep. My eyes have been opened once more. Truthfully, this person is the closest Klutz.
それと、
Akane twists her body and seizes my head in her hands. Then she draws her face to mine, making our lips touch. Okay. Couldn't say it, but showed by actions. The situation worsens a few days later. Oh? Happens right when the media circus has just about started to calm down. The connection between Martel Group and Kazamatsuri City was discovered and published in the local newspaper. Well, shit. An opaque stream of money, donations with strings attached. I can discover the weakness of any organization if you follow the trail of money. And now they've got us trapped. Most of members of the Disciples are people with history of emotional problems. Yeah, I guess like that would make a lot of like problems for them personally. Like suddenly gain attention and stuff when you had emotional problems in the first place and you are unstable mentally. Yeah. A lot of them joined the organization after being healed by Kashima Sakura and later Akane. And the article used them as another means of attacking us. It reported that we were brainwashing people to join us. The public has slowly started detesting the very notion of the Mortal Group. Everyone seems to have gotten extra busy at headquarters, but I can't assist anyone when it comes to politics. The best I can do is not to go outside, so I don't accidentally release anything else that could potentially damage us. One day, certain activist group storms our headquarters to rescue the poor brainwashed girls we've been imprisoning. Wow. Wow. Really? Really? They line up on the road in front of the building. Also, I'm still trying to confirm exactly what you meant in the comments in the previous episodes about Kotori Road. Probably when this episode is up, it's already cleared, I think. But from what I gathered so far is that Kotaro is fine now because he's still connected. He still have a contract basically with Kotori. I forgot apparently that in Kotori Road, after Ki died, Kotaro been also injured. I think. And Kotori basically severed her connection to Kotaro because like he was like partially familiar for her. And that basically released the Aurora from him because that was Kotori who like being connected to Kotaro as the like master and familiar. So now when like he is gone, connection with Kotori still exists. So I assume that we drained Kotori life force for the past year, but she's still alive. But she's like supplementing us basically with her life force. The Aurora thing. Anyway, that's probably cleared up when this episode is up. But yeah, anyway. Like, I think like it's clearer now than before. Like, I'm not as confused as I was. Why like Kotaro is fine now. I forgot that Kotori severed the connection there. But anyway, yeah. I began handing flyers to anyone nearby while using megaphones to put pressure on us. Most of the members look like middle-aged women. They're blaming us for infringing on human rights and demanding that the disciples disband.
とうとう始まったわね。
Okay, so you were like almost like waiting for this. It sounded like you waited for that to happen. Almost. Activist group is calling for the martyr group to cut their ties with us. From the way things look, people will soon be unable to even get close to our building.
警察には通報しておきます。
そうしてちょうだい。
Okay?
もっともまともに対応してくれるとは思え。
Yeah. It takes the police 5 hours to mobilize and arrive to the protest. That can be explained by mere laziness, yeah. And all they end up doing is warning them for making noise in public. They quickly leave afterwards. It seems like the police aren't exactly on our side either.
現代で癒しの技を大っぴらに
Yeah, everything is
そういうことになるのよね。
when you use healing powers in modern society. I still don't know how you use it though. Is it like actually you just use your life force? Similar to like Shizuru did in her road? Why are you in such a hurry to show them off? You could have tried to be more discreet.
人手が欲しかったからよ。少しでも早く。須崎との決別も決定的だったし、政治力では彼らにはかなわない。手っ取り早く地盤を固めるためには、こうした怪しげな奇跡も。
Yeah, the things are escalating. That's to be expected. The cost of that has proven to be enormous. Demonstrations became worse with every passing day. Using the fact that we are far from the residential district to their advantage, the activist group keeps pressure on us even though through the night. Noise laws don't apply to areas where people don't officially live. Though we can bet that if we were doing that, we would end up spending the rest of the night in a cell. And the press is helping the demonstrants too. TV is particularly effective for that. Most people end up siding with activities. You're being observed 24 hours a day. Anyone who enters and leaves the building, individuals or agencies, end up accosted and threatened for their involvement with us. It doesn't even matter, either young women and children. The good intentions are so bright, they are making everyone's blind. Wow.
かなり悪質な職業活動団体に近いですね。
How do we deal with this? Like, I don't think like we can just fix the image at this point. Like, we did nothing wrong in public eye, to be honest. It started just by rumors from the other magazine, basically. But yeah, like, if you think about this, the miracles would look suspicious. Yeah. Because in normal life, like, no one could do this, right? So yeah, they have no idea. So of course, like, people would think like there's something going on. Yeah, I guess like this is the understandable situation. They're like way much too public with this. I don't think Sakura been that public with like healing people. Akana just like went like full-blown public, basically with the healing. She's just boosting this. Is that situation like actually according to the plan of Akana? Did she actually wanted this to happen sooner or later? Huh. Miss Tsukuna ended up investigating the group targeting us.
相談役の弁護士もいますし、他の活動団体との連帯によって各地を転戦し、和睦金などの名目で活動資金、出版事業などにも手を出していますね。おそらく今回の件も遠からず告発本が書店に並ぶことでしょう。その本を彼女たちと和睦した企業や団体にまとめて購入させることで書店などでベストセラーになるシステムです。
あら、合理的ね。
ええ、
うちも苦しい時期にそういうことをやればよかった。
You're sure are taking this well?
だったら焦っても仕方ありません。
そうよ。楽しめるうちに楽しまないと。
Why it lasts? I'm not seeing how anyone could possibly find enjoyment in this.
子供ね、小太郎は。
Ah, I kinda chuckles. She's uncannily cheerful lately. Yeah, it's like she wanted this to happen. Why?
続きはしてやったりといったところかしら。
Uh-huh, and you seems to be pretty satisfied as well.
あの団体に資金提供もしているようですよ。
バカな男。鹿島を愛し続けていられたなら、ここまで落ちぶれはしなかった。
Oh, so that thing about Kashima and Suzaki was true?
そうよ。あれは一度は聖女を支える決意をしたけれど。
What was he so scared of?
鹿島の力。いや、本質を恐れたのでしょうね。
I'm not sure I understand.
鹿島は理念に生きた人だったの。
Okay.
徹底した外野主義者。それは須崎のような俗物にとって。
More guy I like than anyone else, yeah, the top cultist. The paraphrase, there was no one as distraught by the state of the world as her. Is that the true essence of the holy woman? Will I kinda end up like that as well? If so, I have to support her with these hands. I can't run away. But it's true that my position now is the same as Suzaki's once was. The thought of that sticks in my throat, like the fishbone. The time of the Harvest Festival once again draws near. Okay, the next Harvest Festival next year. The Marvel Group usually acted as the main organizers for the event, but all of their activities have been suspended. Any smaller events would most likely be cancelled on the spot, but the Harvest Festival is too big for that. The locals seems to be having trouble deciding on how to proceed. How can they manage the tens of thousands of visitors with their central leadership gone? Yeah. See, the issues. Mr. Kono, have you been checking the internet?
担当の者がチェックをしておりますけど。
Okay. Look, I turned the laptop screen towards Mr. Kono.
ああ、須崎さん。
Oh?
どうしたの？
Oh, is he going to like offer help with the Harvest Festival? Basically? Like everything is going according to like what Suzaki wanted as well. Like he's like basically dissecting and destroying the religious group, and he's like gaining power in his branch that is more like normal scientific organization. Like the power is shifting. I kinda stopped playing with Shimako and walks over to
見て
us.
ください。
これは。
Oh, she's surprised. A Japanese Marvel Group website. At the very center of the maelstrom, it had tens of thousands of visitors every day since the media circus started. Actual count ended up bugging out at some point. It's getting hard to access with the average mobile phone connection. Regardless, this very website now has a long apology letter on the front page. Okay. Suzaki people are responsible for all things online within our organization. We are powerless when it comes to this. As such, they've been utilizing this to publish lots of one-sided information. Okay. To all members and supporters, thank you for unending support, and at the same time allowing us to express our sincere apologies in connection to the recent events. Our organization has taken the complaints to heart and has worked tirelessly to investigate the veracity of the claims pertaining to one of our subsidiaries, known as Disciples. Unfortunately, we have discovered that it has indeed been connected to numerous welfare facilities, trading its financial support for the right to adopt a large number of orphans. Most of the orphans in question had been those in the middle of recuperation from the wide variety of handicaps, leading to a high possibility of the unique approach in Doctrina. Okay. Ah, go to hell. Okay, so he actually went public with how we get disciples now. I'm too irritated to read any further. Why does it sound like you're trafficking children over there? I mean, technically, like, that's what they were doing. Kinda. I mean, it's not exactly, but yeah, like, they were like taking kids with like problems, emotional problems from the orphanage and raising them within Gaia as the disciples and stuff. I mean, that was pretty accurate.
いいところをついているわよ。蘇生の奇跡ではなく、単に回復途中のものを選んで取り上げていると読み取らせたいのね。
Okay.
悪意の有無を別とすれば、書いてあることは嘘ではありませんね。
Yeah, like I said. Shimako started getting better after coming here, not the other way around.
人助けが目的であの子を置いているわけじゃない。それは事実だわ。
All members of the disciples control familiars, and being summoners from time to time, they have to participate in life-threatening situations. I've witnessed Shimako risking her life with my own
我
eyes.
々のやっていることは虐待ですからね。
問題はその私たちにしても虐待される側であることね。一般職員の様子はどう？
動揺が見られますね。この先大勢が抜けるでしょう。
Yeah,
引き継ぎの準備だけは
that's a big
整えてお
hit.
きます。
そうしてちょうだい。抜けたい子は
Okay, it's been almost a month since we shut ourselves away from the world. Most of our employees have been blocked from reaching headquarters at this point. Some have been condemned by their families. Some are too afraid to pass by the loud protesters on the street. Some have been shocked by the truths that were revealed. I can blame regular employees that haven't been briefed on the truth of Gaia for losing trust in our organization. Demonstrators have pretty much begun living outside of our windows. I can hear them screaming for us to release the poor children every single day. And it's quite effective. Children are always the best tool to steer people's emotions. What is Akana planning to do afterward? Planning to do going afterward? Jesus! What's the construction of the sentence? How is she planning to restore the organization? It looks pretty impossible from where I stand. Like, we're heading straight off a cliff, accelerating with every passing day. I thought things would return to normal after the key's death. So why did things end up like this?
収穫祭は須崎たちがすべて手配するようね。
Yeah,
例年
I expected that.
とあるわ。
He's becoming a replacement for them. Akane fills us in while gazing at the computer screen, disinterestedly.
なら今年は楽ができますね。
Okay. I can bring myself to return their smiles. Yeah, weird. We continue shutting ourselves indoors. Eventually, people grow tired of making no progress. A number of protesters decrease daily, and the pressure wanes. Yeah, expected. People were getting tired. Like, every storm like this is passing at some point. Like, yeah, nothing has been solved yet. Yeah, but it's getting like weaker in power. Yet it feels like things are improving from the perspective of being in the center of the maelstrom, at least. I've lost my sense of reality long ago, though. Justice usually depends on superficial impressions. Sentiment of a large number of people will force you into the pre-designed model of evil. A mad cult that kidnaps and brainwashes children. That's the role we've been given by society. Akane no longer receives offers to travel, mainly spends her time supervising the core and snacking while reading manga. She puts on some weight. Miss Tsukuno is also less busy than before, so she mainly takes care of Shimako. Members of the disciples were never practically concerned about the outside world, but some of the personnel don't share the laid-back attitude of the higher-ups. So, Akane is pretty much chilling now. I mean, her main goal is now to complete the song, I guess. Countless people requested to be released from the organization. Ironically, it's probably because the relaxation of our blockade allowed them to see things from a more objective, relaxed perspective. Akane gives them all permission to leave without a second thought. She will organize send-off parties for them. I'm always the one sent out to buy cakes. Ah. We use underground tunnel for secret operations. Our one road that has gone undiscovered so far. Also, Akane is like... It feels like... she deliberately working towards Gaia being actually destroyed, disbanded. It feels like it. Like, she cannot just publicly say, oh yeah, we are getting disbanded. So, she's like, just making things so, like, it will get disbanded by itself. I don't know, it's so weird. I guess, like, she tries to destroy the world with the song of the key, so she doesn't care really what happens to the organization. If she have the song completed, then nothing else matters really, I think. That's her mindset. Like, she doesn't need fonts, she doesn't need people, she doesn't need organization for this. She just needs this one song to be completed. We use underground tunnel, yeah, okay. I walk around scouting the grounds of the temple just to see how things are looking. I find a suspicious character watching the building. He doesn't look like a journalist. I wouldn't really call the media suspicious at this point anyway. It's a man acting like he's strolling around to kill some time, but on the way he's keeping his defenses up. It's putting me on the edge. Someone from Guardian? He must have undergone some special training at least. There's no reason for me to establish contact with him though. I ignore the man and continue home. Okay. So much for my ordinary days. I'm most definitely stuck on the extraordinary ends of society now. Number of people working inside have decreased significantly. The facility almost feels abandoned at this point. Not like we really need more people to take care of our current duties though. Shimako has gotten into playing hide and seek since the building ended up like this. It's full of good spots to conceal yourself after all. Her ability to hide has improved as well lately. A lot of our games continued for a long periods of time. Her special technique of squeezing herself into areas that adults can't physically get is too powerful. Yeah, that's how kids works. I countered it by limiting the play area to a single floor and then setting an ambush in the vicinity of the bathroom. Okay. But Shimaka tried it with her brilliant Diaper strategy. A whole week has gone by with us playing hide and seek together. Okay, sure. One day gives way to another, showing no signs of change. I began to get used to it. However, this period in our history ends up abruptly as the rest. Okay. What happened? Arrested. Okay, who's arrested? I turn to Miss Tsukono for explanation. Oh, okay. Well, should have not left. I guess. Interesting. Why? What are the charges? Yeah, this is a witch hunt, basically. Wow, okay, yeah. This is witch hunting. Huh?
紙癖で爪をなくした者がつけるものなんですが、それを身につけていて凶器になる恐れがあるという理由により、軽犯罪法違反で捕まったもの。
Wow. Wow. Seriously?
聖女会に所属していた脱会者で、当然心の病歴があるわけですが、自身あるいは他者を傷つける恐れありとのことで。 措置入院。ただし待っているのは治療ではなく。
What?
何人くらい連れて行かれたの？
今の段階で8人です。
Wow.
もっと増えるでしょう。
Wow, that suck. Holy shit. This is so fucked up.
彼女らをいくら調べたところで、 証拠など出てくるはずもありません。
They've started moving.
畳にかかってきたわね。
Aren't you going to do something about this?
魔物の群れで桜田門に特攻でもしてみる？
Okay. I can't. How can she be so calm? Yeah. Like I said, like main priority. Just finish the song and just be done with it, I guess. We are heading towards destruction. Yeah, pretty much.
もう少し頭に響く感じにできて。音の広がりが均一になることが理想だわ。技巧はいらないけれど、声量だけは気をつけて。パートリーダーの指示には注意なさい。共感を心がけて。何度も教えたはずよ。
Okay. Not working, huh? Akane is completely absorbed in coaching the core. Is this really so important at a time like this?
不満そうね、小太郎は。
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
食堂のカレーがレトルトになったこと。
I don't care about that. I was wondering if that was the best time to occupy ourselves with things like this.
こんなこと？
Listening to the songs.
ああ。でもこれは収穫祭での大事な出し物なのよ。
Oh, so you want to finish this for the Harvest Festival because that's when usually Key appears. Okay. Okay, I see. It can't be true. There's no way anyone would allow us to participate. Well, I think you will be forced to witness the end of the world. But it's also true that the amount of effort being put into this exceeds the limits of the simple
お
hobby.
疲れ様。天王寺くん、休憩に入って。
One of my bodyguard partners check in to start her shift.
そうだ、小太郎。後で力仕事を。
Okay. I leave without saying anything. I check the clock, realizing only 2 hours have passed. I had trouble sleeping lately. Akane is sleeping beside me, breathing silently. For once, she looked like an ordinary girl. She's fast asleep. It feels like heavy load has been lifted from her mind recently. Even though she's nothing to be relieved about in our present situation. Her attitude is completely the opposite of mine. I slip out of bed and put my clothes on. Huh. Wonder if we're doing more than just sleeping. Huh. I mean, the year passed. Huh. I leave the room. I walk through the corridors with no direction in mind. The cold air cools my head a little. My neck feels stiff. Mine too. Ugh. It's because I haven't been sleeping enough lately. Yeah, me too. Jesus. I can so relate to him. But that's not the only reason for my exhaustion. Hey, I passed by one of my coworkers from security. Security staff is patrolling the grounds at night. Not because there's any real need for that right now, but because it's one of the few things that helps them cope with the situation. Everyone is anxious. Many regular people have left our organization, but some have remained. Those are the people whose entire well-being rests in the Marvelous Group's hands. Meaningless security, endless days of waiting for the inevitable end, standing by. That's the nature of anxiety that's assailing us. I suppose we should be prepared for the worst. Doubt. If you look at it from the objective standpoint. I found myself on the top floor before you realize it. They say fools like high places. I must be one of them. This building doesn't have a roof you can walk on. I want fresh air. The doors to the emergency stairs catch my eye. Okay. So you do have the rooftop here. I climb out onto the steel mesh-covered stairs. A gust of wind bites into my skin. Oh? It's an old presence on the roof. Okay. An old presence. Who's there? I lean out to get a better look. There are a blind spot from here so I can see. Where are the water tanks kept? On the roof. Is it even possible for the building this tall to not have an exit to the roof somewhere? There might be one around, I have to check. Okay. Nah, I don't feel like it. Really? Kotaro, you idiot. Why is in quotes? Did he said it? I hear a voice. Okay, never mind. Huh? Am I hallucinating? A boisterous laugh. Okay, things changed. I'm hearing it from the roof. I freeze on the stairs. Am I really just imagining it? Or is it real voice? I can't tell. The wind is distorting it. Or is that voice reverberating inside my head instead? Okay, why we hear some evil voices? She's had enough of it all. The voice of the girl? What? Akane, is that you? Intonation feels similar. Or rather identical. She's weak, unable to bear any hardship. Is that you, Akane? She was sleeping right next to me when I left. She wants to put everything to an end. Okay, what is happening? What are you doing over there? What are you even talking about? Akane wants to put an end to everything, make the world go away. And that's why you're just watching as things are falling apart? Oh, what the hell? A girl's shrill laugh. You're just gonna obsess over your songs until everything ends? Then you would rather attack your enemies directly? That's not what I meant. That's not what I'm saying. There's no other way. The end is all we have. It's too late for this planet anyway. Even so, I don't want to just give up and do nothing. That's because you are strong, Kotaro. I'm not asking others to be strong. I'm saying I can put my body to work. All you've got to do is order me. Give me an order and I will grant everything you wish. Who am I even talking to? I have no idea, but I don't think that's Akane. Whoever it is speaking about Akane's trying to destroy the world, so... Who? Is there someone who we know that have, like, telepathic powers? Is this a dream or an illusion? Or am I going mad? No. No matter what you do, the result will remain the same. There's not enough time. The end is coming. All that has been born has to die one day. This is no different. All that has been born has to die one day. Is it possible that the key spawned and this is, like, key talking to us? For whatever reasons? I mean, she never spoke to anyone or anything. So she can destroy the world by herself. She doesn't have to, like, actually engage in any conversations or anything. Like, why would she, like, tell us that, hey, Akane's trying to destroy everything? That's weird. Who is this? That's the will of the planet. It sounds like it's a key, but it's so weird. I will fight anyone. Even though there's no enemy to fight. I will solve anything. Even though there's no problem to solve. A young voice, but strong words. I can't win against her in debate. As I don't possess the answer to begin with. I'm already living in doubt. Yesterday, today and tomorrow. I'm stupid and uneducated. And a murderer at that. But I'm your ally. Rely on me, use me. You poor, poor thing. Let me tell you. People suffer as long as they are alive. And not only people. Living is suffering for any form of life. Life is smothering torment. The scream of the universe. That is your answer. Is that so? Humans have evolved and solved a ton of problems with their own intellect. But now, it comes around to bite us in the ass. has been this has been screwed up from the start. I know that, but okay, and now this person knows. Okay, who is this? Kashima Sakura expected for everything to end within her generation. She realized the world could not hold out much longer. The last remnants of the planet's life. She couldn't watch humans devour it like mad beasts they are. What little life remains should be returned to the planet. That was her only wish. Now I see what kind of salvation the key brings. I've always thought the idea was outrageous, but I could never reject it entirely. Salvation doesn't actually mean helping mankind, does it? Wait. No fucking way he just now realized that. I refuse to believe that he just now realized that. No way. I'm not buying this. No, don't get me irritated. In other words, all this time, all that Akane and the others were working for, that I've been putting all of my effort into, that those people sacrificed their lives for. That's why you're so miserable. Sakura was trying her best at the beginning too, but the world didn't change. Life continued to mean suffering. But that's not something you can change. Then what are our brains for? There's no point. Intelligence is no different from stupidity. There is no one way to save it. Okay. The key. Okay, so this is not key talking. So who the hell is that? The salvation of the key. That won't save anyone. It's too late for Akane. She's become like Sakura. She's been possessed by Holy Woman. We might as well devour the entire planet to prolong our lives. But that's exactly what Guardian, yep. I clutch my head in denial of the words popping into my mind. If that isn't a checkmate, I don't know what that is. I hate my own powerlessness. Now I feel like the Guardian has a point. Their actions can't be condoned. Arrogant, unforgivable, I hate them. But their choice to struggle regardless is the one that ultimately benefits mankind. The planet or the people. You can only choose one. Why couldn't I have been born a little bit earlier? 50 years? No, at least 10 years earlier. What's the point of saying the truth when it's too late? Do I have no choice but to give up, like Akane? You poor thing. Choose me. Okay, who is it? What is happening? Take me when the time comes. Though Akane won't forgive it. What? What do you mean choose? Choose me, not Akane. Okay, what's happening? Choose you for what? You will know when the time comes. Is that supposed to be a prophecy? I don't get it. It's not a prophecy. I just choose one thing I wanted. Chose one thing I wanted. I'm fine as long as I can be with you. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about the world. There's no point in thinking about it, so I won't. I'm so confused with this. I'm sorry, but Big Bro already has a girlfriend. Choose me. Attain a small happiness. That's the last fruit that we humans can get our hands on. Okay, so this is a human speaking. That we humans... Okay, I'm so confused right now. That's all that's left. And that's your wish as well, isn't it? We understand each other. With that, the mysterious voice vanishes. What? I have one theory about this, but that sounded way too different to be this person. That sounded so way out of character if that's actually the case. Because Kotaro is partially familiar and he's connected to Kotori. Like, if you think about this, technically Kotori could like speak to him via in distance with the connection. Right? Technically. If you think about this. Like, I mean, so, like, Gaia can like speak via familiar to someone, right? So if she like have connection to Kotaro, she can talk to him, I guess. But it was so out of character if this is her. This is so weird. What just happened? So the Harvest Festival begins. I'm going to end the episode now. So we had a mysterious voice talking to us. I don't know, I have that some crazy idea about Kotori, but I don't think that's the case. Because that was way out of character, but that's the only thing I can think of. It said we humans. So it must be a human who talked about it to Kotaro somehow. So that's my only guess, but who knows. That's weird. Anyway, thank you for watching, I'll see you next one. Click the like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check out Discord, and become a member if you would like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thank you once again, and from Pocket Watch, let's get out.